These four vibrations or variations in the operative use of focus, attention, and understanding constitute the most precise and complete use of the cognitive powers of the brain for the comprehending of the true meaning of a given or expressed reality. It is processing reality in 3 dimensions. No word, letter, or gesture is taken for granted or simply at its face value, because observing a phenomenon from the front, side, and back allows the brain cognitive instruments to geometrically triangulate the essence of the subject. And you think in geometric terms. So you get a depth of word beyond the observed and into the intuitive. And you know what they say, you got to get into it if you want to know what it really means. Well, your ancient people spoke intuit language. And now because you're religious and you got to stand up there and listen to a man who is talking for you so you can get into heaven. Now that's some deep shit. You gotta think about that. You have to have a small amount of insanity, and you have to really be thinking about giving up everything to really pass over and sit there and really listen to a man spouting words about a man you ain't never met, first and foremost, that is white and blue-eyed and sitting up there in front of you, him saying to you that this devil is going to take you in there. And you know what? I'm going to tell you all something. May I? I'm going to try to slip past here. And I'm going to say something that scared the hell out of a few people when I said it the last time. Your first redeemer, if you want to stay within that pantheon, was Lucifer. I told you Lucifer was your first redeemer. Now, I told brothers and sisters that as soon as a cracker tells you to run from something, run to it. Why do they hate this man so much, this entity so much? Why do they hate Lucifer? I wanted to know. That's why I got kicked out of the Bible. When I was a Catholic, I got kicked out of, get out of the Bible study class. Lucifer was supposedly this beautiful creation. From the hand of God. God took the time to mold this bad boy. And now we're supposed to run from him. His name, Lucifer. Light. That's why they named Lucy, Lucy. Because it shined a light into a past that the cracker never had, never knew. And the first name was not Lucy, L-U-C-Y, it was L-U-C-I. That was the first spelling before they changed it. Lucifer, and here I am talking to the devil, so I know y'all going to tell me I'm damned to hell. Lucifer was your first redeemer. How was he your first redeemer? He was your first redeemer because he came into the garden and got you all out. Got us out. You mean he took us out of the garden, the beautiful garden where everything was perfect, where everything was going on. I had my woman, I had my food, had my apples, had my trees, had the animals at bay and all that, and he came and got me out of that. Why would I want to get out of that? Because you'd have died in it, fool. Adam was in perfection. If everything is perfect, it's dead. It's in stasis. There is no movement. So Adam had to be kicked out because Adam would have died in the Garden of Eden. Adam was kicked out of perfection and kicked into perfecting, which is the true perfection. So when he went out in the kingdom, he went out into the kingdom of Nod. Adam, or that which was the spark of the Creator, which was the Atum, left out of the unity, which was the light for the Creator, and into the darkness of the knowledge of itself. In fact, the Creator, being all knowledge, couldn't know itself. If you are all of something, you don't know what you are, because there are no boundaries to you. So the Creator knew that it had to create boundaries to know itself. And in so doing, it created a sphere, a unitary self, one element called the hydrogen atom. There is no other element but that. You are nothing more than variations on a hydrogen theme. And that's who you are. The hydrogen was Eve, Adam, and the garden. So out of that, Lucifer comes in. And who does Lucifer come in as? A snake. The serpent is what? The symbol of what? Fecundity, fertilization, life, electricity. Because sitting in the garden being perfect, perfect. What do I do? Ain't nothing to do when you're perfect, man. It's boring as hell up in there, man. So perfection was death. Perfection equals death. When cancer perfects itself, you die, it dies. So perfection equals death. There is no perfection in anything, even in the Creator. That's why we exist. Whoa, that just takes it all apart now. Oh, hell. What does heaven look like if there's no perfection in the Creator? See, heaven is what we project it as. The Creator is still learning. The Creator keeps coming back as a child because it has the mind of a child. Let me say that again. Ye must be as little children. See, the metaphysics of the Bible is never talked about. It's never touched on, because once that happens, the threshold of the ceilings of religion die, and therefore your priests die. And when every priest dies, when the last stone of the last church falls on the last damn priest, humanity will rise. So until we understand that perfection equals death, and that we as African peoples fell to this plane in order to perfect God. Now you know you got a job. Before you thought you was unemployed. But you got a job. J-O-B, Job. Job is one of the most powerful books in the Bible. Why? Because it talks about the air sign. The air sign is Job. See, the Bible is broken down into 4 different elements: fire, air, water, and earth. And you could tell which one of the scribes were living in which age by what he called God.